Good evening, everyone. This is going to be on my first, how I started working out again after several years off from working out and doing anything. I only worked out sporadically in my late teens, actually early teens. Yeah, early teens to age 30 into my close to mid 30s. Then I stopped working out all toll together till I was 46 years old, and didn't hit the weights yet either. When I was 46 years old is when I got sober, and I got sober in jail. I did my first 10 months in jail, and jail and prison. I did I did like less than 8 months in prison. The rest of it was in jail when I got sentenced. Under 5 grams of methamphetamine personal use. I got over 10 years now. But anyways, when I first got to jail, almost as soon as my head started clearing up, within less than a week, I started doing a lot of, I started rotating a workout. See, I knew how to work out from the past. I knew what I was doing, kind of. I would do a push-pull legs in jail without weights. I made weights with like plastic bottles and stuff. And I even curled a mop bucket in there. They had a mop bucket they'd give us twice a week. Put some water in it and hold it, curl it. Do curls, upright rows with it, one-arm rows. That would be one of my pull workouts. I would do the mop bucket, and also pull-ups. Although I couldn't do hardly anything when I started. I built myself up doing pull-ups. Even if I had to I knew how to do assisted ones if I couldn't do hardly any of them. And that built myself up. And then there's the push-up workouts that I knew how to do. And I knew how to make them harder, by putting the feet way up, doing kind of like a Superman push-up. I would do that. And for legs, a lot of like body squats and lunges and stuff. And I did that in jail until I got into prison. And then when I got to prison, the first month, I did that same workout because they didn't have weights in the first month. It was a transition center, or where they classify you. Then I ended up getting into a minimum security prison called Taylorville. Very minimum security. They had porcelain sinks. They didn't have stainless steel. It was air conditioned. Only two prisons in Illinois were air conditioned, and I was in one of them. They had weights that were welded together. You had like a 95-pound bar that had the quarters on each side, 135, all the way up to 405. They were welded separate bars. And I started working out in there as much as I could. Food's not that good. Nutrition's not good. Even the big guy, the biggest guy in there could only bench, I'm not saying only, but he weighed like over 300 pounds. Young guy. He could do 405 for one, I didn't grow that fast. Really not that fast at all. It seemed like that muscle memory didn't really kick in anymore because I was getting old, older. I thought that was why, but it was because I wasn't getting enough nutrition and I was overtraining. I got up to 285 on the bench in there. God, and just the other day I was doing just this year at 56, I've done 330 for 10 on the bench. In a 405 competition raw bench. But that's how I started out, I just stayed consistent. When I got out, I was in a halfway house for 3 months. I didn't have a gym. I didn't have the money. So I went back to the push-pull legs thing again. Calisthenics, did that. Stayed consistent doing that. When I finally got enough money, I joined the gym down the street. And I never stopped since then. Working out, and I didn't stop powerlifting until I was 51. That's just a little brief history on my workout. Never give up, There's always something you can do physical. Don't drink, They used to tell me don't drink, go to meetings, and clean house. There's all kinds of steps to staying sober, Staying sober isn't just quitting drinking. It's a whole change of a way of life. That's what staying sober is to me. You got to change your whole way of life and whole way of thinking also. So it's not just putting that cap on the bottle or stop doing drugs. That's a little part of it. I mean, that's a big part of it, but had I not changed, I never would have stayed sober. All right, you have a good night.